Okay everyone, in this tutorial, let's get into the basics of LEDedit 2021 version. If you don't have LEDedit 2021 version installed in your system, please check out my tutorial on how to download, install and update LEDedit 2021 version. Once installed, double click on the desktop icon. Okay, this is the LEDedit 2021 interface. The first thing you need to do is to create a new project. To create a new project, you can click on File and select New, or you can click on the New Project icon in the top left, or you can click on the workspace, which will bring up the New Project window. In the New Project window, to the left, you can see a list of controllers supported by LEDedit 2021 version. If your controller doesn't appear in this list, unfortunately, you have to use an old version of LEDedit software. Select your controller from this list. In my case, it is T-1000S, so I'm going to select T-1000. To the right of the window, you can see there's a input for the maximum number of pixels connected to a port. In my case, I'm going to use the maximum number supported by T-1000S controller 2048. As you can see, there's a save path. You can select a different location and a different file name for your project, so you can use the same project in future. Click on browse and select the location in your hard disk. Click OK. The next step is to create a layout. Layout is the placement of pixel LEDs in the physical product. So you're creating a software version of your physical layout of pixel LEDs. To create the layout, click on Edit Layout, which will bring up the Layout Creator window. In the Layout Creator window, you can see a list of ports. If you want to remove the excessive ports, click on this minus button. If you want to add a port, click on this plus button. The ports appear on this list represents the physical ports of your controller. Since I'm going to use only one controller which has only one port, I'm going to use port 1. If you want to lock the port, which means it will lock the layout that connected to the port, select the port from the list and click on locked. Okay, for this tutorial I'm going to create a panel layout. Panel layout is a layout that is square or rectangular in shape. If your layout is different from a panel layout, please check out my tutorials on how to create a custom shaped layout using AutoCAD, CorelDRAW or other softwares. For this tutorial, I'll create a panel layout. There are two methods you can use to create a panel layout. The easiest way to create a panel layout in LEDedit 2021 is by clicking on this G icon, which will bring up the automatic layout creator window. In the automatic layout creator window, type the number of pixels along the width of your panel layout. In my case, it's 50, and type the amount of pixels along the height of your panel layout here. In my case, it is 40. To the left, you can see the pattern. This is the connection pattern. Click on this drop down list and select a pattern that is easy to you to make in the physical product. The connection pattern you select here should be the connection pattern of the physical product. If you select a pattern from here and do a different connection pattern in the physical product, will cause up down, left right or distorted image. So keep in mind the selection of the connection pattern should be the connection pattern you make in the physical product. The X and Y interval decides the X and Y distance between each individual pixel in the software. The max number of ports, this should be the max number of pixels per port. In my case, I'm going to use the maximum 2048. There are two options at the bottom, starting from the current position and starting from the next blank port. Let's say you have a layout already been created. Now you're creating the second layout. If you select starting from the current position, the first pixel LED of the layout now we are creating will be connected to the last pixel LED of the previous layout. If you select starting from the next blank port, which will create a separate port for each layout you create and connect the first pixel LED of the layout to the next port. Since this is the first layout, the option you select have no effect. Click OK. Now as you can see, you can place your layout in the workspace. Place anywhere you like by pressing the left mouse button. You can select each individual pixel from this list. To zoom in and zoom out, use your mouse wheel. To move the worksheet, click the middle mouse button or your mouse wheel and move your mouse. This is your layout. As you can see, it's connected to P1, which means the port 1. For an example, let's create another panel layout. Click on Add Port and select the port and click on Automatic Layout. And I'm going to create the same layout. Click OK. Use your mouse wheel to zoom out and then place the layout. As you can see, the layout we created is connected to the P2, which means port 2. You might ask why it didn't connect it to the first layout, since we selected starting from the current portion in the automatic layout creator. There is a reason, because we already selected the port from the list. The option you select here have no effect. If you want to undo an action, click on the undo button. If you want to redo an action, click on the redo button. When it comes to editing the layout, there is not much you can do. You can delete a portion or you can delete the whole layout by clicking on the select tool and selecting, let's say I'm going to delete half of this layout and clicking on delete, or you can right click and select delete. If you want to delete the whole layout, use the select tool and select the whole layout and click on delete. If you want to deselect a selection, click on the deselect button. If you want to move each individual pixel, click on the move button in the toolbar and select the pixel that you want to move. Click the left mouse button and drag it to the place you want to place the pixel LED. There's another method you can use to create a panel layout. The manual method, you can manually place each individual pixel and create a layout. To create such a layout, select the port from the list and click on this icon, layout light, and click on the places that you want to place the pixel LEDs. It will be automatically connected. If you want to undo a placement, use this undo button. However, if you want to do it quickly, click and hold the left mouse button and drag your cursor towards the direction you want to place pixels. This method is not that easy. It is kind of hard. This is not gonna be a good method for large panels. Alright, that's how you create a manual layout. Once you create the panel layout, click on Save and exit Layout Create window. As you can see, the layout we created is now in the workspace of LEDedit. Alright, now we have created a layout. It's time to move to the Program tab. Click on Program tab from the left side menu. As you can see, the program 1 already added to the list. You can create a new program by clicking on the add button and type a name, any name you like. I'm going to use the default. For most controllers, you can add up to 16 separate effect program files, so you can play each individual program separately by pressing the mode button in your controller. So if you want to delete a program, select the program that you want to delete and click on delete. Click OK. If you want to delete only the content of the program. Select the program that you want the content to be deleted and click on clear recorded effects. If you want to move up the program in the list, click on up. If you want to move down, click on move down. These are the editing tools. You can cut, copy, paste and delete the content of a program. Let's say we want the content of the first program to be copied to the next program. Click on the first program, then click on copy, then click on the second program, then click on paste. Now we have created our program. It's time to record some effects in this program. Select the program that you want to record the effects and click on the effects tab. The first thing you need to do when it comes to recording, you need to open animation or a video. You can click on open video and select an animation or a video in your hard disk, or you can use default animations in the effects library. Double click on any effects you like. If you want to create your own library, click on the library that you want to customize and select, and click on select the effects library and select the location of your animations or video folder. As you can see, the animations inside that folder have been added to this list. Now you can select animations from your own customized library. Okay, now I'm going to use the open video method. Click on open video and select an animation or a video from your hard disk. Alright, now you can see the animation is playing on your layout. We are still not recording it, it's just a playback of your animation. As you can see, the number of frames in your animation and the current frame number here. You can increase the speed of the animation by clicking on this speed up button. You can reduce the speed of the animation by clicking on this speed down button, or if you want to go back to the original frame rate, click on original. Alright, now we have this animation playing in this layout. It's time to record. You have two options when it comes to recording. You can record by waiting until the first frame that you want to record and clicking on this record button. As you can see, once you click on the record button, the total number of frames start to increase. To stop the recording, wait until the frame that you want to end the recording. Click on stop recording. Now, as you can see, now we have 431 frames recorded. The other method is fast recording video. What it does is it will record the whole animation in one click. This is the most fastest method when it comes to recording. I'm going to record another video. This time I'm going to select the effect from the library that I have created. As you can see how easy it is to select an effect from the library. We are not recording, we are just playing the effect files. Alright, I will use this one. Double click on the animation you want to select. Doesn't matter what frame you are in, click on fast recording video. It will automatically record the animation. As you can see, now we have 683 frames. To review the content that you have recorded, click on the play preview button. To pause the recorded being played, click on the pause button. This is the frame slider. You can use it to reach to the frame that you want to preview. Click and hold the left mouse button on the slider and move left or right to reach to the frame that you want to view. Alright, the portion indicates the frame portion of the slider. If you want to stop the playback, click on close video capture. When it comes to editing the animation, you have several options. You can cut, copy, paste and delete. Let's say I want to copy the first animation to the end. Use the frame slider to get the first and last frame number of the first animation. Click on the frame slider and move it As you can see, the last frame is 431. Let's cut. I'm going to click on cut, which will bring up this window. It will ask for the first frame number. First frame number is 1. You can also input the first frame number by clicking on the first, which will input the first frame number of the animation. In the end frame number, I'm going to type the end frame number of the first animation, 431, and click OK. Now we have cut the first portion of the animation. As you can see, the total number of frames recorded is now 756. Alright, to paste that frames to the end, I'm going to click on the paste button, and it will ask the frame number that you want the copied or cut frames to be pasted after. In my case, the last frame. So I click on the last, which will automatically input the last frame number, and then click OK. Now again we have 1187 frames. Let's see what is at the end of this animation. Now you can see the first animation in the beginning. The first animation is gone. As you can see, the first animation is now at the end because we cut the first animation and then paste it at the end. Alright, you can do the same using the copy. Let's say I'm going to copy the last animation, which was the first animation before, and copied it before the first frame. To do that, we need to know the numbers. Let's move. Alright, right here. Let's move step by step. Click here. Right, as you can see, the first frame of that animation is now 756. Let's copy the animation. Click on the copy button right here and input 756. This is the first frame of that animation and should be the last frame of the whole animation. So I'm going to click on last, which will input the last frame number of the animation. Click OK. Now we have copied last animation. Now it's time to paste. Click on paste and it will ask for the portion. It should be the first portion, and click on first. Click OK. As you can see, we have the last animation at the beginning. Another option is you can delete. Let's delete the last section again. To delete the last section, we need to know the frame numbers. I'm going to move frame by frame by clicking on this button, so I can know the precise position of the frame. Alright, it is 1188. Let's delete the last animation. Click on delete and it will ask for the first start frame. It is 1188 and the last is the last frame. I'm going to click on last and click OK. Now we have deleted the last section of this effect. As you can see, the last section is gone. To screen capture, click on screen capture. As you can see, LEDEdit window will restore and there is a small window. You can scale this window by going to any corner, left, bottom or right corner. As you can see, your cursor will become a scale icon. As soon as you see this scale icon, click and hold your left mouse button, then drag it until you reach the size of the screen that you are recording. Let's say I want to record this animation in this player. I'm going to scale it. To move the window, click on the top of the window and click and hold your left mouse button and drag it. Now you can see the animation that playing on this player will be displayed on your layout. Okay, now it is just a playback. Now how to record is the same method you use to record selected animation or video. Click on recording. But in this case, the fast recording video will continue recording until you stop. Click on close video capture. That's how the fast recording video function will work on a screen capture. Also, you can use the recording button to record the screen. Click on recording, and as you can see, the frame number will increase. Click on stop recording when you need to stop. Also click on close video capture, which will close the screen capture. Let's play the recorded. This is the first screen capture. This is the second screen capture. Another thing you can do, you can play a text in front of your animation and record it. First, I'm going to select an animation. Click on enter text and check enable text input. Type the message that you want to display right here. You can set the position of the text using this horizontal position and vertical position. To set the horizontal position, you can use this slider. To set the vertical position, use this slider. As you can see, now it's in the center of the layout. You have two modes, monochrome mode or full color mode. In monochrome mode, you can set a single color for your text by clicking on font and color button right here. Right, you can select a font, you can select a font style, and you can select a font size. Then you can select a color, say blue. Click OK. I had to reset the vertical position because different fonts have different shapes. I'm going to set a background color. Check background color. It will override your animation. To select a background color, click on set background color and select a background color. Alright, if you don't want a background color, uncheck the background color. You can also outline your text. Check outline and select a color for your outline. What else you can do? You can invert the text, which will literally invert your text. If you select the full color mode, you can see the animation through your text. There's an option to set the background color. In this case, this background color option will not function in full color mode. What else you can do? You can set the horizontal, let's say horizontal percentage. As you can see, your text will be scaled to the percentage you input. You can input a number between 1 and 10,000. To record the text, click OK on the enter text window. Then you can click on recording. As soon as the text enters the frame, it doesn't matter where the text in the playback, it will as soon as you click on recording, it will start the recording from the position you set in the enter text window. So if you want to record the animation, let's say I want to record it from here, you need to set the correct vertical and horizontal positions. Alright, click on OK. Now as soon as I click on recording, it will start recording from the right, and you can click on stop recording as soon as your text leave the frame. Okay, you might ask what is the function of fast recording video. In this case, if you click on enter text, add text window, in the add text window you can see a number right here. It says record number. The number you input here Let's say input 2, click OK. Is the number of times you will record your text as soon as you click on fast record video. These are the things you can do when it comes to recording. Now we have our first program recorded. It will ask, if you come back to the program tab, it will ask, do you want to save? Click on OK. As you can see, we have 2821 frames recorded in program 1. Then if you want to record another program, come back to the program tab and select the program and go back to the effect tab and record animation or video. I'm going back to the program tab. As you can see, now we have 306 frames recorded in program 2. Now we have recorded our animations. It's time to export our animations to the controller. Click on export. You have several options to export your effect file in .led format. You can use these two options. If you click the first option, generate LED/bin files, it will create a set of files in your documents folder, including the project file and other instruction files. If you only want to export .led effect file so that you can copy it to the SD card and insert it to your controller, click on the second option, generate and export LED/bin files. Alright, once you select that, you will get this T-series settings. Select the pixel LED number that you are controlling. In my case, WS2811. These are the drive chip numbers of your pixel LED strip or string. Alright, you can select the gamma factor if you do want to change the gamma effect of your pixel LEDs. It will increase the whiteness of your pixel LED strip or string. Use this slider to set the gamma correction factor. I will leave the default value. You can set brightness of each channel, right, from 0 to 255. I'm going to leave it at the maximum value. You can change the channel order. You need to refer to the user manual of your pixel LED drive chip to know the channel order. If you check the diagram, as you can see in the diagram, you have R and then G, finally B. So I'm going to change it to the default, in this case RGB. You need to always check the user manual of your pixel LED to know the channel order. I'm going to leave the output polarity selection as default. Refer to the user manual to know the output polarity of your PWM signal. Click OK, which will ask for a location to save the effect file. I'm going to select desktop. Click OK. As you can see in the desktop, I have first program and the second program. Now you can put these two programs into the SD card and insert into your controller. There are other export settings. You can export your layout in DXF format or CJB format, which will generate the layout files, so you can use the same layout in a different project. You can generate drawings. This will generate an image of your layout, so you can see the connection pattern and how your layout will be look like. So you can refer to this when you are doing the wiring of your physical product. You can generate a README file of your current project by clicking on output current information. Right, if you click that, it will generate a README file that includes a controller type, project name, the location, number of ports, number of controllers, how many pixels connected to each controller, each port. You can generate a video file of your recorded by clicking on these two options. You can export a .xdat format video, or you can generate .mp4 video of your animation. As you can see, you have your recorded program as a animation file in 1:1 scale. Alright, that's the end of LEDEdit 2021 basics tutorial. There are other features in LEDEdit 2021 that I didn't cover. I will upload a dedicated tutorial for these features. That's it. Thank you for watching. See you in our next tutorial.